So last night I made the mistake of putting on Netflix. As some of you already know, Netflix is basically just a black hole, like a dying star collapsing on itself. It sucks all the fun and really all of your time into a dark abyss, leaving you with nothing. And don't even get me started on the home screen. Opening Netflix, it's like looking at a Cheesecake Factory menu. You're immediately overwhelmed with 30 different options that don't make any sense, and they're all crammed onto one screen. And like the Cheesecake Factory, it's all inventory well past its shelf life, yet they serve it to us with a goddamn smile. And when we're done consuming it, we feel greasy and disgusting, and we say, hey, I'm never going back there, and then we just go back the next day. When you log on to Netflix, you have their stupid algorithm basically saying, hey, this is what everyone's watching, so you're gonna fucking enjoy it too. It's like storming the beaches of Normandy, but instead of Germans firing down on you, Netflix is just throwing grenades at your face. The Rock, Ryan Reynolds, Gal Gadot, they're all hurling at you while you're trying to duck and dodge. Now, once you get past this noise, you start scrolling and scrolling until an hour and a half has passed, and you've really just watched absolutely nothing. If you're like me, you just say fuck it, then you switch to YouTube. How did we even get to this point? How did Netflix go from a DVD rental service to the undisputed king of garbage content with a market cap of $400 billion? Is it their fault, or is it our fault for being so stupid and lazy that we handed these streaming giants the keys to the car without even checking if they had a goddamn license? As I was flipping through Netflix last night, I saw all the usual untalented content actor suspects: Chris Pratt, Ryan Reynolds, Millie Bobby Brown, yet I had never heard of any of these movies that they had been in. Or maybe I had at one point, and then the day they dropped, they just vanished like a fart in the wind. How does a movie that costs 100 or 200 or even 300 million just disappear off the face of the earth? The phrase, I've never heard it, should never be in the same sentence as $200 million budget. Ever. Imagine if Marvel made a movie that cost over 200 million and no one ever talked about it again. Oh wait, the third Ant-Man? No. But seriously, imagine if Infinity War or Endgame came out and no one was talking about it the next day. Movies that cost that much should be timeless blockbusters, films people rewatch for decades. I mean, John Carpenter's 1978 classic Halloween cost around $300,000 to make. Forrest Gump cost around $55 million to make. I can rewatch these movies on repeat 30 and 40 years later. Now, these streaming services don't even wipe their asses with that kind of money anymore. $100 million is the bare minimum. Netflix and other streaming giants are churning out these straight-to-streaming movies with AI-generated scripts and big-name actors who have more Instagram followers than talent faster than we can consume it. The sheer volume of content is deteriorating us like Gollum holding the One Ring. Let's take a look at The Electric State, for example, a movie I will never, ever watch. It reportedly cost $320 million, directed by the Avengers Endgame brothers, yet nobody cares about this movie. This just proves that when some directors and some writers step outside these pre-established franchises, their talent, or lack thereof, is exposed. I mean, let's be honest, even I could have directed Avengers Endgame or Infinity War, and it still would have been great. These hacks lucked out with a great script, a killer cast, and a decade of universe building. And, now they're set for life. Although I did like their one movie, You, Me, and Dupree, but only because of the more ugly Wilson brother and the less ugly Dylan brother. And I mean, look no further than the Game of Thrones guys. Same story. They ran out of source material and ended up crashing, burning, and disappearing off the face of the earth. Look at these movies. Red Notice, Red One, The Gray Man. Can they make any movie without adding a stupid fucking color in the title? And you have Atlas, Beverly Hills Cop, Axel F, and basically any Netflix movie with Ryan Reynolds. Or anything starring the incredibly untalented Millie Bobby Brown. Quick sidebar, I am so tired of hearing her name like she's some kind of acting prodigy. Her claim to fame? Playing a mute 8-year-old on a well-written show. Her job was to literally not talk and pretend she had superpowers. And now Netflix keeps casting her in these terrible movies. I'm just sick of hearing her name in the conversation of talented actors. Anyway, back to Netflix. They pioneered this era of trash content. Remember when they mailed DVDs to your house? The catalog was amazing back then. But once all the studios realized they could profit off their own streaming service, Netflix panicked. They had to start making their own content, and that's when the quality took a nosedive and they started putting out quantity over quality. I mean, we went from House of Cards to shows like Blockbuster. Now, instead of one solid streaming service, we have to pay 10 different ones just to watch a single movie or show or goddamn sporting event. It's fucking nonsense. Now let's talk about price. Netflix isn't even cheap. It's like $20 a month. That's $240 a year for expensive background noise while you scroll on TikTok or fold laundry or make dinner or whatever the fuck you do. Because let's be honest, nobody's glued to their screen watching The Rock, Ryan Reynolds, and Gal Gadot deliver the worst dialogue known to man. It doesn't seem like this madness is ever going to stop. I mean, they just had a $320 million movie. I'm just waiting for the day where the next movie is $500 million. So those are my thoughts on Netflix. I can't believe people pay this much for it, and I definitely can't believe studios are spending hundreds of millions of dollars making movies that no one even remembers. It's literally the worst streaming platform for a movie night. Anyway, thanks for watching. If you've made it this far, give us a like, subscribe to the channel, drop a comment in the comment section below. Let me know if you agree or disagree. I'll see you next time. Get out of here.